Hey everybody, Ryan here, coming at you with my very first audio commentary for a film that I've made. I mean, yes, I consider it a film even though it's on a blockbuster, but it is something that I'm very proud of, and it was definitely a stepping stone into what I do now. Um, it was my main first big, big on my, in my standards, um, venture into a narrative film. I had done, a bunch of film like Jackass type related um, things in the past, but up until this point, this was like one of my first actual narrative driven films. And it was after I had seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, the first time, and it kind of stuck on my was became stuck on my head this entire year of 2003 when I made this. And so finally in December, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do my own version or my own remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Um, so I got together with my sister and one of my brothers and my nephew and my sister's husband at the time. We got together and um, I just told them exactly what to do. I had a script written out on a piece of paper and I told everybody what to say. I told everybody what to do, and then I edited the whole thing with two VCRs and a TV. So that was basically the backstory for this. And so let's go ahead and start it, shall we? Right off the bat, you can see that it's black and white, and oh, that's one of my favorite shots. I did that
Darn it, I don't have
in
any spare tires.
inspiration for, um, Quentin
Dude, what's
Tarantino,
spraying
how
here,
he
man?
does those trunk shots. So,
Man, we need to get
as you
some
can see, it's black and white. Definitely wanted it for the Night of the Living Dead effect.
Alright, you go and I'll watch the dog.
And that's my brother and my nephew right there. And so basically, my nephew's going up to this house to find, somebody so he can call somebody for a spare tire. And he just can't seem to find anybody at all. This is this is an example of me really trying to edit. If you look right here, I made it to where as he was walking away, I cut it and then went over. I wanted it to flow. I wanted the editing to flow. And there's some of you that are my age that do these kind of films, and you realize that a lot of the power of editing you have is actually in filming. You had to film the shots um, to so because all you could do on the VCR is just press stop and record. So you really had to frame it just right, and I tried that to keep it fluid at an early age. This was originally much longer. Uh-oh. Yeah, it never actually hit his head. So we have my brother in there, um, in another role as the villain, washing off blood and stuff, and just like Texas Chainsaw Massacre when the guy walks into Leatherface. This is my favorite shot, right there. The dragging. Like I told my nephew to play dead, and you could still see a little bit of blood on the ground. Oh man, I just loved how I had that shot. Of course, that was a completely overexposed shot. Here's the return of my brother as the
Answer the
one of the
door,
victims
John!
again, trying to figure out where the heck um, my nephew is. And I take it they're both I just thought of
John,
it
where are
as
you?
them being brothers or something. I never even set up what kind of characters they were.
John, are you in here?
And
John! I thought you were just
to
gonna use
to
the
make the
phone.
blood, I actually had month-old sweet and sour sauce from a Chinese restaurant, and I mixed it with
Whoa,
ketchup.
dude!
And after this, you will be able to see. And my sister said that the house stunk for like a month or two. Like you could smell the sweet and sour. And so I put the blood, the sweet and sour, all over the walls. In color, that is actually very gruesome looking. And I originally had a shot of the camera panning over the tub and all that stuff, but I didn't really want to make it too over the top in that way.
Couple of cups.
And you know, just the whole situation of this. He knew exactly where the phone was. It's just so funny, and he had to close the door. He just saw a dead body, but he's just gonna go back in there and lay on the bed. And then this is one of my favorite jump scare moments.
You're dead.
And this is my sister's ex-husband Billy as the killer. So I had two people playing the same person, and I'm really happy with how this editing turned out too. Um, I was like, I want to get in that car and edit this whole thing to make it seem like it's actually real. I just, I don't know, I just really, really, really had such a fun time doing this. And the funny thing about this part is, as my brother's driving away, it's actually my sister. My brother actually wasn't even insured to drive that car, and so my sister's actually the one driving it away. And then I realized after editing and all that stuff and showing it that the entire reason why they were there was because of a flat tire, but yet they're driving off just fine. So that is an extremely big plot hole, but I'm fine with it. But yeah, that's it. I'm very, very proud of that. It was a lot of fun to make. Made it in about basically an entire day. And then that evening, we premiered it at the house with about 20 people, family and friends. And it was just so much fun. So much fun. It was originally like double the length, but a lot of it was it did not flow good at all. And so I made that cut, and then um, I made the original cut, and then the second cut I made, which is more of a director's cut, which is what this one is, which is the only one that I actually have published and edited. I don't even know where the original is. Um, and the original was in black and white. I'm gonna try to find it, get my hands on that one, and upload some of those deleted scenes, but it just did not flow well at all. Um, and a lot of that was because usually in terms of editing, you have a screenplay and you edit down the screenplay, as it gets closer to production and somewhat. So I just kind of made this up as I went along and told everybody what to say. So at the end, I realized what worked and what didn't work. Originally, my nephew walked in the house and walked for about 2 minutes. You see him by a cat, you see him just walking, and he's just saying hello, hello. It was really too much, um, and I didn't really realize how long it was actually going for. And then originally, my brother Joe, when he went into the house to look for my nephew, he actually went into a couple different rooms, and um, I mean, it wasn't terrible footage. I just wanted to kind of make it more tight, and so that is what I took out. And yeah, the music I added in only a few years ago. Um, but I'm just very, very, very proud of this one. And thank you so much for listening to the audio commentary. So be sure to watch the actual video with the full audio in the link below. Thank you very much. See ya.